Hey guys, it's Zoe. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing amazing. Today I'm going to be showing you a little review on this Ali Pearl Lagos hairline wig that I've been seeing all over my For You page. This wig comes with a widow's peak, which I've never seen before, and you guys probably know the Lagos hairline trend that's going on right now, so this is just gonna make life so much easier. But if you want to see my thoughts on this wig and how everything turned out, make sure you keep on watching and I will see you in a sec. Okay guys, so I thought we would do a live unboxing because I haven't taken the wig out of the packaging yet, so this is gonna be like a raw, like, is this ready to actually be put on my head type of unboxing. So here is the box. She's cute, she's gold, very pretty. Let's open this up and see what we got. Okay, so first thing we have is the wig cap, which is good because I actually just ran out of mine. I don't actually use the wig caps when I glue my wig down, like as in I don't do the bald cap method because I feel like it pulls your edges out. So I like to just use this to flatten my hair essentially and then take it off when I actually install the wig. So got one of those. We also have, let me put this down. We also have a little satin scarf. Guys, these in my opinion are the best thing to sleep with your wig. I need more of these because they always get stained with wig glue, but this is what it looks like. And essentially when I go to bed, I'll wrap this around my head super tight, and I find that this doesn't pull on the glue that I use or mess up the configuration of the lace. So I'll use this and then put a bonnet on over the top of my wig. So I'm glad they gave one of these. So they gave a little Ali Pearl satin storage bag for your wig, so you can throw your wig in after this. Next is the melt band. This is good for when you install your wig, but I don't like to sleep with these on because, like I said, I feel like it messes up the way the glue sits on your head and it doesn't last as long. But these are really good to just, like, you'll see me use it in the video anyway. Edge brush. These are my favorite ones because they have like the spatula at the end. These really, it's like a all-in-one tool. And now for the main event, guys, Diesel is here because he is such a baby and he just doesn't want to be left alone. So he's gonna be here for the unboxing now. But for the main event, we have the wig. So I got this wig in 250% density, HD lace, and 26 inches. Okay. I mean, right off the bat, I can already tell, like, she's pre-bleached, like, clearly. And this is with the lace and, like, not the lace, the netting still on. Like, I can already tell by the hairline and the color of the hairline that this, they've done their one with this one. Let's get this out of here. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, wait. She's thick. This is 250 density. Remember, guys, if you're getting a wig longer than, I would say, 20 inches, you want to start upping the density as the wig gets longer, because you don't want to have a 30-inch skinny wig. That just doesn't make sense because the hair just naturally becomes thinner. So I would say, like, go for like 200, 250 density if you're not sure if you're gonna go above 20 inches. Look, she's full tip to root, which is very important. I'm not seeing any scraggly ends. Let's get into this widow's peak hairline. It is what she's looking like. Wow. Guys, I have a natural widow's peak, so you don't understand how helpful this is. To have a pre-made widow's peak has just cut down the install time by so much, because I used to always have to, like, pluck the wig and, like, figure out, like, oh, is this it's just a whole palaver. So it's good that they finally, like, they know what they're doing, they're really keeping up. This is what she's looking like. The widow's peak isn't crazy, but she's definitely there. And as you can see, it's pre-plucked, pre-bleached. Let's see how much space we have as well for parting. Wow. I mean, this is a 13x6 for sure, and as you can see from here, you can definitely tell that it has been bleached very well. I hate when I get a wig and it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but you know when the sides have less parting space than the middle? That just doesn't make any sense for me, because you can just do a middle parting with that, but you're selling it as a, like, I don't know, I hate it. But this, you can do a deep side part with it. You can do a 3-part, 5-part, any type of part you want. So this is really good. I'm happy with that. And yeah, let's get to the install, guys. I'm so excited to wear this. I'm gonna switch over to voiceover Zoe so I can really lock in and get this on my head. Switching over to voiceover Zoe so I could really look into installing this wig and making this look right. I always start by taking out that elastic band because I feel like it makes the wig look bulky, but if you want to do glueless, then definitely leave that in. Here is the wig on the mannequin head, and you can really see the widow's peak that they've added. Gives you guys a little insight on the pre-plucked hairline as well. Like, this is plucked to perfection. I didn't have to touch it at all. Before gluing down, I just cleaned my hairline from any oils with a makeup wipe, and then I used my Born This Way foundation in the shade Spice Drum and packed that onto the lace and dried it before installing as well, because I've recently started doing that. But you definitely want to dry the lace before, because the foundation does tend to end up being wet and it might mess up the configuration of the glue and how it sits and stuff. Once that was done, I put the wig on and cut off the excess lace on either side of the ears. Then I went ahead and cut these little tabs in the lace, as I always do, which I didn't actually end up needing to use, to be honest. What I did in this install, which I don't usually do, is I mapped out the exact shape of the hairline. Because this is a pre-widow's peaked wig, I wanted to make sure that I glued it down perfectly and in the exact shape of the wig. So I grabbed a little beige pencil, waterline, lip line, or whatever you call it, and just mapped it out, as you can see here, consistently just lifting the lace to make sure that I'm getting the pencil marked in the right places. Once I was happy with the general shape, I went ahead and grabbed my Ebon lace spray, and I used around 3 layers of this. So the first layer, I'm always super careful, and this is just kind of just to map out the shape of the wig. And then let it get tacky with my hairdryer before going in with my other layers. With the other layers, I tend to be a bit more generous and spray a little bit more than I did for the first layer, but that's essentially what I did. Let each layer get completely tacky before moving on to the next. Once I did my last layer, I went ahead and placed the lace back over the top. This I did in sections to make sure that I wasn't placing the lace over dried glue. So this I definitely took my time in doing, and once I placed the lace over, I made sure to grab my hairdryer and completely dry that section before moving on to the next. Here the glue did get a little bit too dry for my liking, so I had to just reapply just the smallest amount just to reactivate it, and then repeated the same process for the rest of the hairline. Once everything was dry, I put my melt band on for about 15 minutes, took it off, and then moved on to cutting the lace. I finally bought a fresh pack of eyebrow razors, guys. I've literally had mine for like 3 years and they were so blunted out. I don't know who sent me to be using blunted out eyebrow razors, but these were literally like I think like £3, and you get like 5 in a pack from Amazon. But it literally makes the biggest difference, guys, using a sharp one. This was so easy to cut. Once I cut off all the lace in sections, I grabbed my Charlotte Tilbury contour. Well, this is just the darkest shade, which is pretty much the exact same shade as my face. But I used that just to clean up any white cast on the hairline, and then anywhere that the lace was lifting, I just went in with a tiny bit of glue on the back of a brush. I put my melt band back on for about 5 minutes to let everything marinate before taking it off and deciding where I wanted my part. I'm really into my side part era, guys. Like, I don't know what it is, I just love a side part. It just softens the face. It just, I don't know, you just can't go wrong with a side part. So that's what I did, a deep side part, and I'm really taking advantage of the lace space that this wig has. I also, which is very out of character for me, decided not to do baby hairs, guys. This, if you know me, the only time you'll see me not doing baby hairs is if I'm doing a blonde 613 wig. Apart from that, guys, you'll never catch me dead with no baby hairs. So I just wanted to really lean into the Lagos hairline vibe. They rarely ever do baby hairs, and I was really inspired by I don't know if you guys have seen this hairdresser on Instagram. Her name's Crowned Beauty. I mean, who hasn't seen her? She's literally the best in the game. But she kind of uses this technique where she kind of like slicks the side part as if it's a baby hair, but not. I don't know if that made any sense, but you saw I used an edge brush to kind of slick the way the hair is falling, but I'm just not swooping it onto my forehead essentially. But yeah, to do all of that, I literally just used my wax stick and my medium hold hairspray, and this is what it was looking like. What you saw there as well, I just quickly defined the part in with a lighter under eye concealer. So I just used the NARS concealer in my under eye shade, and this is how the wig was looking straight, which of course we love her. She's looking sleek, she's looking flowy, but I can't help myself, had to do some layers. A few days after this, by the way, I ended up cutting side bangs into the wig. So this was the start of a very impulsive hair cutting decision, but this is how it looked on the first day. So I cut some rough layers, not too long, not too short, just to sort of add some body and volume. And I feel like cutting layers into the wig really helps to make sure that the curls last a bit longer as well. Once the layers were cut, I used my Lulabelle's hair curler. This is a 1.5 inch wand, and just curled my hair in sections and clipped each section to let them cool down. I also used that hair curler to just press into the edges of the wig to add lift and volume at the root of the wig, and to make sure that everything was lying as flat as possible. After about 15 minutes, all the curls were cooled down. I just started taking them down in the order that I curled the curls in. Now, I never ever brush out my curls. I usually just use my fingers to just roughly comb and finger comb them through. I find that this helps the curls last as long as possible throughout the day, because as you can see, like, it's a very loose bombshell curl that we've created, so there's more of a chance of it dropping. So I really make sure that I layer up on the hairspray and I do not use a comb or a brush. This is the finished result, guys. Look at the hairline, look at the Lagos hairline. If you've been scared like me to start cutting up your wigs and the lace to recreate the Lagos hairline, this is definitely your best bet, guys. Everything's done for you. It's beginner friendly. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you give me a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.